Welcome everyone. We'll be starting the call in about 2 minutes. This is going to be our first Periscope about happiness. You're on with Haywood Simmons and Tracy Traeder. We started a happiness seminar that we're going to be doing, and this is our first Periscope. You're going to get a chance to chime in with questions. We are both happiness coaches that work to help people own their energy, own their happiness. Law of attraction, manifestation, and we're happy to have you all here today. So we'll have some people online and we'll be Periscope. Can you say hi, Tracy? Good.
Hi.
Hello, thank you for joining us. This is going to be an awesome call. I think we'll have a few people join us online. Again, you're on with Haywood Simmons and Tracy Traeder and our first live Periscope together. I'm having some organic juice today to help kick this thing off. It's Tracy.
I was gonna say, you're not sharing some of that?
Man, it's peach and strawberry is delicious.
It looks good. It smells good.
But so let's see if I turn this thing up right.
I was gonna say we need a little stand for your phone there.
I went to get a stand from Best Buy, so if anybody has some tips.
I wonder how we can prop it up. Okay,
I went to go get a stand, and I'm one of those guys that I do like to have stuff like readily available. And so Best Buy didn't have any in stock. So I will have a Periscope stand next week when we do this call. But we can improvise, and let's see if I can use my wallet. It's not full with money. So, hello, who's on the call with us?
Hi, it's Sandy Park.
Hey, Sandy, how are you?
Hi, Sandy.
I'm good. How are you?
We're awesome. So, welcome to the call with Tracy and I. We do this every Wednesday. It's a happiness call. And to start out introducing myself, and I think Tracy would want to do the same. At one time, I wear this big old ring here. I was a Rose Bowl football player. We won the Rose Bowl, and this big 350-pound guy that was really stressed out with life, looking for happiness. Everybody would say, "Hey, Haywood, I love you, man. You make us happy." I was the party guy. If you need to drink something to
I was going to say, did people consider you to be the fun, party, happy guy?
They thought I was, but it was a front. I was really kind of stressed out and having a hard time. Get your head in there, Tracy. Having a hard time with life.
Cozy up to
so I
Haywood
did all of this stuff as an attempt. To be happy, but I wasn't really all that happy. So in working through life and losing 150 some pounds, I started to find that that weight was my protective shield, and that my happiness was hiding under that, and that I was not being really authentic. And since then, my health has improved, diabetes is going away, high blood pressure is going away, and I think a big smile that was really hard for me to find before then. Could you believe your smile being restricted, and that you couldn't really be happy just really hard to be happy because of stress? So Tracy and I decided to do this Happy Life workshop to share with other people what we found. And Tracy is one of what I call my law of attraction on crack, on gasoline friends. So she really knows how to make happy, and it's been a pleasure knowing her. For how long has it been now?
I don't know. It's been longer than what I think both of us think it has
been like 7 years?
Quite possibly
7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And we just got the courage to come to you. So we thank you all for being here and love to have you invite, because you're going to be in for a great call. Tracy, how about tell them a little bit about you?
Yeah. Well, like you, I think people considered me to be the kind of fun, happy, party, have a good time girl.
Yeah.
And I was.
Mm-hmm.
But behind that, there was a certain amount of really being impacted by my world, not really believing that I had power to co-create it.
Mm-hmm.
That I really just let it happen to me.
Yes.
And I knew throughout this process that I wasn't really on path with where I knew I should be.
Yes.
Because I let life kind of just dictate where I went.
Mm-hmm.
So really, meeting you at that stage of my life was when I'd had 3 children and I was ready to kind of take a different route. And, you really kind of helped guide me down that path. And what I realized is that I wasn't living out my purpose.
Yeah.
And that there was a whole lot more happiness to be had.
What do you find your purpose to be now?
My purpose to be now, I feel that my purpose now is to really motivate and to teach others how to lead more positive, happier lives.
Yes.
And my focus throughout that is on a lot of spiritual principles.
Spiritual stuff. So you mean this ghostly, like higher spirits and angels and guides stuff?
That, as well as just some basic principles that I think that we all hear about. I think in the core of our being, it resonates with us. Things that we maybe heard about even throughout our lives in church or heard others say to us that we really, maybe didn't pay attention to.
So how do you want to start this call out? Last time I know we went through some of the top 5 regrets and things we talked about in life. Where do you think we should start today?
I think it'd be great to start at the beginning again. I think, Haywood, that a lot of people go through life, and if you ask them what they want, they say they want to be happy. And if they have children, they say they want their children to be happy. But it seems like this forever challenging thing that they really can't get a hold of, that they're chasing it all the time. And what's interesting is one of the top 5 regrets of people when they're on their deathbed is that they wished they would have let themselves be more happy.
Yeah.
So there seems to be
So you
a
mean like
disconnect.
these crappy people I see riding down the road on the highway in the morning, smoking cigarettes and banging their horn at people.
Yeah,
and
talking
then
on their cell phone.
the next thing you know, like you're lying on your deathbed and like, oh shit, I missed it.
Yeah, and interesting phrase, it's I didn't let myself.
Yeah.
I didn't let myself be happy. So it seems like there's this disconnect between what we want and then how our lives ultimately end up being.
Okay.
And I don't feel like it needs to be that way.
Me either.
I feel that a lot of times we carry on through life kind of thinking, okay, once I get through school and get the right job, that'll make me happy.
Yeah.
Or then it's, when I find my soulmate, when I find my partner in life, then I'll be happy. Or it's when I get the right job, or when I can afford a house, or when I have children. And it's always something that we're seeking and chasing that's external.
Yes.
And what I think we want to teach people, I know we want to teach people, is that happiness is really an inside job. It's not something that comes from the outside. It's not an externally driven situation. It's internally driven.
That's what I found, that a lot of the people that I thought were mistreating me treated me exactly the way I treated myself.
Yeah. Yeah, and throughout these Wednesday talks, as well as the workshop that we're starting at the end of September, there's so many things that I know you
and thanks, Althena, for joining us. We see you there. We're glad you're joining us on the Happy Call. We're glad you're joining us.
Hello.
And Sandy, thank you for being here too.
I just can't wait to share with people all of the different components.
So let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Give me a tip. One of your happiness tips that allows your life to be more fulfilled.
Yeah.
And you're what, 27?
Yeah, 27. I'll go with that.
Okay.
There are some what I call like quick and dirty tricks.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
quick,
we're gonna
dirty trips to be happy.
Right. We're gonna get into a lot more meaty issues, especially certainly in our workshop.
Give me one.
But let's get into some quick and dirty ones that people can just implement today.
All right. Tracy's quick and dirty happy tips.
Okay. So I'm going to call these happiness hygiene.
Happiness hygiene. I can take that.
So we all have hygiene habits, right?
I think I showered today.
Well, I'm sitting pretty close to you and I'm okay. So these are happiness hygiene. So something that you should ideally do every day.
Yeah.
And really only devote a couple minutes to.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one would be to sit down and spend some time in gratitude.
Spend time in gratitude. So what is gratitude? Is that when I tell myself I'm stupid, I'm dumb, Haywood, what are you doing? What is that big knot on your head? What's going on? Did you shave today? Is that gratitude? What is gratitude?
No, gratitude is really taking a look at the things that you have in your life right now and expressing appreciation for them. Being glad for what you have at this moment.
So like my delicious organic juice.
Your delicious organic juice.
Okay.
For me, the fact that I woke up this morning, that I woke up and for the most part I have a strong body and a strong mind. My kids are healthy and strong. They got off to their first day of school,
And that made you happy?
I was happy that we had an awesome summer together, and I was happy to see them go off to school.
Why does it
today.
matter? Are you like me? Why does it matter, though, to be in gratitude? Is it, I was studying law of attraction and talking about vibration and that it just feels good. Do you find that, too, that, like, it changes the way your heart feels?
It changes everything, Haywood. Really, I mean, this sounds maybe crazy to people who do not have a practice of gratitude, but gratitude really foundationally shifts and changes the lens by which you see the entire world. And I say that strongly, but I mean it that strong. It really shifts.
And can I interrupt for a second? Althea, feel free to chime in. What do you do to feel grateful? How do you, when you wake up in the morning, is gratitude a part of your practice? If there is, I would be glad to hear what you do. Otherwise, we'll keep sharing what we do. And Sandy, same, if you want to chime in with something you do to feel grateful, we're always open to new stuff and ways to practice gratitude. Because I think Tracy was saying, and I so interrupted, we're going to get used to that, interrupting. That gratitude, what I found is that the way you feel inside, it resonates throughout your entire body. And Althea says she's been trying to do my tag before bedtime. That's awesome, man. I love tag. It really, so Sandy, tag is thankful, appreciative, and grateful. I was going to say,
define that for them.
And the way I like to practice it, Althea, is literally looking at what I'm thankful for maybe in the near past. So, because everything's always moving, right? The past is getting closer and in the present. But I'm thankful, and I'm thankful for something that happened in the near past. Last night, we had a great meditation class, and I was really thankful for it with some really close friends that we've been doing that for almost a year now. And then appreciative of something kind of the near present or near future that I'm very thankful, appreciative of this beautiful day. I mean, I'm from Georgia originally. It's 88 degrees. And then I'm grateful for new clients and new friends and new people that I'm able to help, because at one time I was afraid to be me. So I'm just grateful that every day I can wake up and make a living and have fun just being me. And that makes you feel better. It makes you feel really good. Can you imagine, Sandy and Althea, how that makes you feel just to start out a few minutes versus the way I used to wake up? How about you? I have this problem. I got to get the kids ready. How was your day before gratitude? And what's gratitude done for you?
Yeah, I woke up a lot of times grumpy because, oh man, I didn't get as much sleep as what I wanted to. I'm worried about this task and how I'm going to accomplish it. There was somewhat of an overwhelming feeling a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
So it really shifts how you start your day off.
Right.
If you do it before bed, which I do as well, it shifts how you end your day. It's just an awesome thing to do in the morning and at night for sure. But you'll find once you start doing that, I think, that you do it throughout the day. You
Definitely.
Just truly shift and feel grateful for
every
everything.
Every day, every time. What other tip you got for us? You got anything else for us? Gratitude.
What I want to say about that, Haywood, is that part of the reason, there's many reasons, but part of the reason why it's important to focus and spend a few minutes each day or several times a day focusing on gratitude is because our brains have what's called negativity bias.
Negativity. So meaning I'm more likely to be negative than positive bias.
Yes.
I want positive bias. How do I get that?
Right. So how you get positive bias is by savoring the good experiences and the good things that are going on in your life. There's research that shows that when you do that, it shifts that experience, that good experience, and those feelings that are tied to it from your short-term memory to your long-term memory.
Yes.
Okay. Negative experiences.
And I did a lot of partying in college, so my short-term memory and my long-term memory could use some help someday.
Yeah. You got to savor them.
Yes.
Savor those good experiences, and one of the really amazing ways to do that is through gratitude.
Gratitude.
Okay. So, spending a couple of minutes in gratitude. Some people like to journal it. Some people like to just say it out loud. Some people like to do tag. All of those ways are awesome. Okay, so another thing.
What type of stuff can you be grateful for? Like, one of the things, Sandy, I find myself, Tracy, being grateful for sometimes is just my breath. Just being appreciative.
I was just going to say that, Haywood, because I'm interrupting you. Well, no, it's interesting because, like, I always feel like they have to be this kind of big thing, right? But then if you ask a 12-year-old, I have a 12-year-old daughter, and we a lot of times do gratitude before bed.
Yeah.
She's grateful for the air. She's grateful for her nightlight. She's grateful for the simple things.
The simple
right?
stuff.
As well as sometimes kind of the more big or complex things, but just the simple things. The fact that I can see when I open my eyes in the morning, right?
Thank you. Then I interrupt you. What's next? She got some more for us out there. Sandy, she has more. She's not done.
No. So another thing that we can do to, kind of shift into a place of happiness, and they're quick and easy tips here, is we can reflect on, and this builds into what we just talked about with the positivity issue. Reflect on a good experience that has happened to you in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So when you reflect on it, you really want to recreate it. Yeah. So you really want to sit there and rebuild as many details as you can as to what played into that good experience and why, and how did it make you feel.
I remember when I bought my first car, and I never thought that I would be able to buy a car. Mm-hmm. And then I bought the first car all by myself. I didn't need any help from anybody, and that felt really great. And I remember that from time to time as like being a business owner, Sandy and out there, when we get ready to make a decision, how do I bring in this new client or offering a new product? And actually I think back, well, just like you brought your first car. Mm-hmm. You plan it out, you get your credit straightened out, you get your down payment ready, and you go buy the car. And so to be able to have those type of experiences so that I can reference back and see that we can do this too. I've done it before. Yeah,
and it can run the gamut. I mean, it can be, if you have kids, just your child doing something automatically without you having to ask them. Mm-hmm. Maybe they start to unload the dishwasher and, it's one of the things that you always battle with them to do. You can savor that good experience.
Yes. So What type of things do you think of? What are one of the greatest things you think of that you've done? So in your time of dismay, what do you do?
In my time of dismay, I always turn to gratitude. Yeah. That's like my go-to thing. But I also tend to go to the places where, I'm about social connections too, right? So I go to where I feel like I was recently loved and supported. Great. Okay, so
should we ask Althea too? Althea, do you have what do you think? Is there something that you're really grateful for that without fail you can go to that you feel really grateful for? We'll wait for your answer. You don't have to answer, but we're looking for an answer from you. And Sandy, if you have one too, if you have a moment that's really like of gratitude, if anybody has one, feel free to shout it out to us. I know Tracy has more for us.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Sandy. And by the way, Tracy and Haywood, there's some breaking up from both of your phones. I don't know if it's my phone or not. Okay. But I missed about every you're doing.
Oh, we're going to step it up then for you.
I did get the gist of it, and I am grateful every morning when I wake up. I'm grateful that I have a house. And that I know where all my food is going to come from today.
Yeah. Those are two huge needs that some people, might struggle for, and for you, they're just there. So that's awesome to be grateful for.
And then we talked about being mentally. Althea says she just tries to focus on being present and being grateful. And I think those are good things, right? To be present and to be grateful. What else, Tracy? You have any other tips for us?
Yeah.
She got some more tips. She has more tips on being happy. This is one of the happiest ladies I know. She owns like 3 boats or something. She doesn't like me to tell that stuff. And 3 beautiful kids.
Apparently I'm good at manifesting.
Manifesting, yeah. She's an awesome manifester.
Yeah.
And since she taught me to be happy, I've been able to manifest more in my life, like the business, even the clients, and just opportunities I really wanted to be a part of. So I really appreciate having you, the manifester in my life.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next thing that, really helps you again to savor.
Welcome everybody to the happiness call. I'm going to interject sometime. This is our first Periscope. Tracy and I have known each other for 7 years. This is the first live. We're online live and Periscoping. So we appreciate a heart or two just to keep us going. But we're here from our heart to share about tips that we've learned about how to be happy that have made us fun-filled millionaires and great friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do really feel like it's our duty to share what you and I have both worked through. Yeah. So another tip would be to give gratitude back to somebody else.
Oh. All
right.
So do unto others if you have them do unto yourself.
Exactly, which is my favorite. Yeah, one of my favorite. Definitely, a lot of times.
You guys do that? Do you have other people? Again, I just keep chiming in, but you have people that you give to. Who is somebody that you've given a gift to today? someone that's giving something to you and you can see a benefit, please share it if you got somebody. And you were saying, Tracy?
Yeah, a lot of times we feel that gratitude for somebody who has maybe stepped out of their way to do something good for us, maybe even just give us a compliment or, support us in some way. Maybe take our child carpooling and save us the trip, whatever it might be, but we don't express it.
Yeah.
And we don't take the couple minutes to express it. So this tidbit is to take the time to send them an email, send them a text, call them up, see them in person, and just express that gratitude to them for whatever it is that they did to help your life be more supported and loved and happy. And that does two things, really. I mean, internally it makes you feel good that you did that, and then you've created a ripple.
And yeah, and by ripple you mean, like, the beautiful thing is when I say, Tracy, I love having you here, and I get to see her smile, my mind anyway has a hard time of like discerning that. When I see someone else that's happy, then that happiness resonates in me. So I'm totally kind of selfish with it.
Yeah.
I realize that the more I can say thank you for being on the Periscope, thank you, Sandy, for being on the call, that it brings happiness to you, and seeing you happy makes me happy.
Yep.
And so just by wanting to give happiness to other people, we can give happiness to ourselves. So one of my friends talked to me about being selfishly selfless.
Yep.
So it does me a favor to say nice things to Tracy, because then she smiles and thinks I'm a nice person. And it does me a favor to tell you all, it does me a big deal to tell you all, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this Periscope with us. Thank you for sharing those hearts and caring about love. We really appreciate you being here, and that there's a benefit in sharing who we are with the world, and that you matter, and that makes all us happy.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
have more for us, Tracy?
Yeah, and I'm all about creating ripples, Haywood.
Yeah, ripples.
Okay, so
like those hearts going across the stream. I love those hearts. Those yellow ones are beautiful.
Right. It does something for everybody then that steps in the path of that person, right?
Yes.
So we all know the opposite. If we give somebody some, negativity, or we're grumpy with somebody, or a clerk's grumpy with us.
Then we give them that to share with the world.
Right, and that ripples out in a
next
negative
thing you know,
way.
they're dropping bombs on the world and calling and saying Black lives don't matter and all this other stuff.
Yes.
What is going on?
Yeah. So, it creates a positive, happy ripple, right?
Awesome.
So that's an awesome kind of expression outward. So the next thing that is a quick tip too.
Another tip from Tracy on happiness.
So we're doing happiness hygiene here, is meditation.
Meditation.
All right. So Haywood, I think a lot of people are scared of meditation.
Scared of meditation? That's the only time I'm not afraid of myself. You should hear me talking and coaching in class and forcing people to grab dumbbells.
I should hear you.
Oh yeah, you
I am
hear that,
there.
right?
I do hear it.
So people are afraid of meditation. You guys out there afraid of meditation? What would make somebody afraid of meditation? Sandy, can you imagine? Or Althea, who's out there with us? Who would be afraid of meditation, and why?
Actually, I know people who are afraid of it because they don't want to get quiet. They're afraid of being quiet and not having outside stimuli.
Yeah, they're afraid to be with themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's when I was growing up, there was this attitude toward it that it was this weird hippie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hippie meditators. Are you all hippie meditators?
Yeah. I remember taking a self-development class when there were some recordings, and people were reporting how they were doing, and it was obvious that the macho guys taking the class from a macho guy.
Yeah.
They didn't call it meditation. They called it something like conference.
Yes.
Because they just couldn't call it meditation, even though they were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know people who are afraid to call it meditation. They're afraid that it maybe will conflict with their religious beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So scared of meditation, I think that people sometimes feel like they're afraid of it because they're afraid they're going to do it wrong.
Right.
Like there's a right way and a wrong way to meditate.
So here's one of my favorite meditations, Tracy, is coming out there. Here's a favorite one. Anytime that we can just get out of like our head, to me, and to realize where we are is meditation. And one of my favorite meditations that I practiced first, Tracy, was...
Oh, no, here it is.
Now just take a moment.
I'm having problems stopping laughter.
But to use that laughter meditation, so anytime we can be aware of ourselves and allow us to stop the thinking and to get out of our head and into our heart. I don't know if you all felt that, but I feel that in my heart.
I still feel it in my heart. It brings a certain energy
to
you, definitely.
So meditation is just the time to say, right, who's thinking? Who is thinking? Who is and is there opportunity for me to look at how I'm thinking and then to look at what I'm realizing, what I'm seeing?
Yeah, just being aware.
Do you have a meditation, something that you do, a favorite, a quick way you meditate?
Well, first of all, this only has to be like a 2 to 3 minute thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome if you have more time than that.
Yeah.
To devote to it, but really to help to cause you to be happier, even 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Each day or a couple times a day is all it takes. It doesn't have to be a huge time commitment.
I'd like to do another one. For all you guys out there, if you want to join in saying that we're going to do a quick Om meditation. Sound is a great way and a medium by which we can meditate and kind of allow ourselves to give our brain a rest. And with the Om meditation, I was taught that this could be like God or the universe, whoever you believe in, big world out there. And that finger we point with ego. My ego, and to just have my ego for a moment submit to the God in myself, and then to use Om just to kind of calm you. And Om is believed in my world to be the sound of the universe, of just kind of emptiness and nothingness, and to reset your brain. So we'll do an Om meditation really quickly. So we'll just inhale. Maybe one more breath for this show. So if you had anything on your mind, just feel it like it's on the plate, it's in your mind, and we're going to Om it away. So inhale. Om. Awesome. I hope that felt good to you. How did that feel? Man, it was awesome just to get a chance in the middle of the day to know how to do that. So
it's awesome to do with somebody else too. I mean, meditating is such an awesome experience individually, but whenever you can get one or two or a group of people together, it raises the vibration, the energy. And when you're doing Om in particular, at some point you sync up and you feel the vibration, and it's just a cool experience.
So you gave us meditation, you gave us tips for gratitude. Anything else before we close out this 30-minute call that we can do to help create or make space for more happiness? Well, you're going to love
this one.
Yeah.
All right.
The one I like. About time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You like all of them.
And hopefully you guys are loving it. I hadn't seen a heart in a while, but I still love you anyway. I love you, and I hope you all join us good.
So the kind of last happiness hygiene.
Althea said she could actually feel that through the scope.
I bet.
She could feel it.
That's awesome. If you're open to feeling it, you will feel it.
You will get it.
Yeah. Exercise, Haywood.
Exercise.
So this is one where you maybe need more than 2 to 3 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But exercise is another way to bring joy and happiness into your life. First of all, you're taking care of yourself, and that's a feel-good thing.
So exercising can be meditation. So you guys, if you exercise, you meditate. So all of us having a hard time, exercise is a form of meditation.
Yeah. And if you come here and exercise with Haywood, then you're going to get a lot of tips and words of wisdom.
And this Wednesday, we have a live class. We're going to be on Periscope at 6:30 tonight, 6:30 Central Time. We're going to be live exercising arms and body and meditation.
All at once. Yeah. And, we know, too, that when we're exercising, we're releasing some hormones that are feel-good hormones as well. So there's just a lot of benefit to exercise. So that's another happiness hygiene to work into your regimen. So now you don't have to do all these in any one day, although, exercise, meditation, gratitude You know, they're
Why
great
not?
to do every single day.
Yeah.
But really picking one of them to do is what it's all about, and is a good starting point. Building up maybe to doing all of them.
Sound good, Sandy? A little exercise, a little gratitude, a little meditation for a happier life?
Yep. Sounds lovely.
Scopers, that sound pretty good. Can we practice a little gratitude, a little exercise, and a little... I hope you all can do that and make it a part of your happy, beautiful, wonderful day. We love you all. We'll be here next week, same time, 12:30 Central Time. You're listening with Haywood and Tracy on the Happiness Call.
Yeah, very grateful for you guys joining us today. Hope to hear you, see you again next week.
Invite your friends, share it. Hey, we're going to get better at doing this call, but one thing we're not going to do is stop sharing happiness and gratitude and love, because the world needs more of it, and until we see it all the time, we'll be back. Thank you.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you out there. You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.